American Top 40.
This is Casey on AT40 in Hollywood. The highest debuting single this week is by a newcomer. His name is Christopher Cross. He's from Texas, and he got into music rocking hard with a band that used to warm up concert audiences for groups like Led Zeppelin, Deep Purple, and ZZ Top. Christopher Cross is on his own now, and here's his first top 40 hit. At number 31, Ride Like the Wind. I'm Casey Kasem. Well, now we're up to the latest hit by a man who holds an all-time record among first-year Grammy competitors. In his first year on the charts, this man became the winningest newcomer in the history of the Grammy Awards. He took home an incredible 5 statues. He won the awards for Best Album, Best Record, Best Song, Best Arrangement, and Best New Artist. His song was the number 1 hit, Sailing, which came from the album called Christopher Cross, and it earned Christopher more Grammys than any other newcomer in history. This week, the 4th hit single to come from that album is at number 24 in our countdown. Here's Christopher Cross and Say You'll Be Mine. Christopher Cross with an accompaniment by Nicolette Larson at number 24 this week with Say You'll Be Mine. 23 big hits to number 1, and we're counting them down.
The hits from coast to coast.
Now we're up to the latest hit by a singer and songwriter who started out 13 years ago working as a chauffeur for some of the biggest names in rock and roll. This is the story he told us. When he first tried breaking into the music business, he didn't find the door open to a young unknown, so he'd take any job he could get that was even remotely related to music, like driving a limousine for a concert promoter in Austin, Texas. This artist says he has vivid memories of chauffeuring groups like Deep Purple, Led Zeppelin, and Fleetwood Mac. The job didn't pay much, but he learned plenty, he said, from talking to these successful musicians sitting in the back seat. Now, 13 years later, after a lot of hard work and getting through some tough times, he's the one who gets to ride in the back seat. In the last 3 years since he released his first record, this artist has had 6 top 40 hits, 3 of them top 10s, 2 of those number 1s. There was Sailing and the number 1 song that he won a 1982 Academy Award for co-writing, Arthur's Theme, The Best That You Can Do. This week, his latest hit climbs 3 notches on the chart to number 16. Here's Christopher Cross and All Right.
American Top 40.
Billboard ranks them, AT40 counts them down. Well, now let's find out whatever happened to the man who made Grammy Award history 8 years ago. This singer and songwriter won 5 Grammys for his 1980 debut album, and that's more than any newcomer before or since then. Then he went on to rack up 8 top 40 hits, including 2 number 1s, Sailing and Arthur's Theme. And to top it all off, he also won an Oscar for Arthur's Theme. Here's a piece of the smash that launched his career.
And I've got such a long way to go, such a long way to go. Make it to the border of Mexico. So I ride like the wind, ride like the wind.
From 1980, Ride Like the Wind, the first top 40 hit for Christopher Cross.
'Cause it's all right.
Now, we haven't heard from Chris in more than 4 years. You see, he quit recording. Stardom came on just a little bit too fast and furious, and he needed to slow down a bit, find a relaxing hobby. And that's what he did. What could be more relaxing than race car driving? In 1983, Christopher met a famous international race car driver named Patrick Tambay. Patrick got Chris all revved up about Formula 3 cars. You know, those super sleek cars that they drive in the Indy 500. So Christopher Cross enrolled in a professional training course. Then he met another driver, Indy 500 winner Danny Sullivan. Danny gave him more help. Finally, Christopher was ready to enter some regional and national races. He ran courses at Caesar's Palace and Laguna Seca. He earned his accreditation as a professional driver. Christopher says it's the most thrilling thing in the world. It clears your head completely, focusing on this life and death relationship between you and the machine. And when he says life and death, he's not kidding. Once while test driving a car, Christopher piled head-on into a wall. The car was totaled, and he broke a leg, ankle, and hand. No more racing for a while, and no more guitar playing either. But when he healed, he decided it was time to get back into music. His new album's scheduled to come out in a couple of months, and that's what's happening with Christopher Cross. singer, songwriter, and professional race car driver, as the countdown races on.
Casey's Countdown.
I'm Casey Kasem. These are the 20 hottest adult contemporary hits in the 50 states. Well, now we're up to a Casey's Countdown Extra. It's by a man who once worked as a chauffeur opening doors for Fleetwood Mac. A year later, he was opening concerts for Fleetwood Mac on his way to winning an incredible 5 Grammys. This singer-songwriter's career in music has gone through more than its fair share of ups and downs. Back in the 70s, he played club dates for 3 years with a band called Flash. But when the band really didn't go anywhere, he decided to follow in his father's footsteps and go to medical school. Still, he kept on writing songs and dreaming about a career in music. Finally, still confused about his direction in life, the young man took a leave from medical school and decided to give music another try. But the closest he could come was a job as a chauffeur driving entertainers around. One of the acts he chauffeured around was Fleetwood Mac. And as he drove, he told the members about his dreams. They encouraged him, gave him some good advice. And soon the singer-songwriter was back on track. He put together a demo tape of songs that he'd written. And that tape landed him first a manager and then a recording contract. From there, his career headed straight up. And 1 short year after he'd been opening car doors as the chauffeur for Fleetwood Mac, he was on stage opening their concerts, playing the songs from his super successful debut album. A few months later, he was on stage again, picking up an incredible 5 Grammys, including Best New Artist and Record and Song of the Year for this big #1 smash from 1980. As a Casey's Countdown Extra, here's Sailing by Christopher Cross. From 1980, that's a Casey's Countdown Extra, Christopher Cross and his #1 smash, Sailing. Who'll be #1 this week? We're just 7 big hits from the answer as the survey rolls on.
Casey's Countdown.